Tēnā koutou katoa. Tuatahi e tika ki te mihi ki te atua, nāna nei ngā mea katoa, te timatanga me te whakamutunga. O tēnei waiata hoki, nōna te hā I tukuna ki a mātou, ki a ora ai tātou, nōna hoki te hā I whakaora ai tēnei waiata hoki. Nō reira he tika ki te mihi ki aia. Kia ora everybody, I'm Charles, this is Zach. And we really want to share with you the story behind Ko Ihu Tōku Taunga. Yeah.
Me. We actually wrote this song a year ago. I was actually approached by one of the leaders in our church to write, I guess, a worship song in Te Reo and in Pākehā. I kind of freaked out because it's not my first language. Māori's not my first language, and I'm pretty like kia ora's probably the best thing I can say in Te Reo. So I kind of freaked out because I didn't want the song to translate like in a way that was kind of token, and just I wanted it to be authentic. So I kind of just was like, can we just give it time, and because I need to go on a journey myself. And so that's when I actually bumped into the bro Charles. It seemed like God was kind of just moving in the background when I saw him, and I was just like, bro, we need to talk, you know. And we hadn't seen each other for like, I don't know, a year and a half, because the bro got married and, you know, forgot who I was.
Shots fired. Okay.
And then we just got talking, and then we just met up at my house, and we just like talked and kind of, I had an idea of what I wanted to write about, or what wanted the song to be about.
Yeah.
And so basically it's, you can talk now. I feel like I've been talking too much.
That's all good. No, thankfully, just to go off what Zach was saying, thankfully, like I was fortunate enough to have my parents book me through kohanga and kura kaupapa. And I'm stoked that it can serve a purpose like this. Because I do believe, and I think it's been shared amongst a lot of the church community, especially those of the Māori community and Pacifica community. It's important, I think, that the word be translated in a language that we understand, or a language that is our own. Yeah, there's a God whose love is so great that he gave his only son. To die for all of us. And so how do we translate, not even translate, how do we express that love in a language that or in a way that our people can understand? To go back to what Zach was saying, we didn't want to be tokenistic, not just write it in English then translate in Māori, but to come from a whakaaro Māori, from mātauranga Māori. It's like how we hear words, how we perceive words, how those words paint a picture, rather than how that word is this English word.
Yeah. And so I kind of like, all I had was an idea and a picture in my head, and I actually went down to Eastern Beach. For the Aucklanders that know where that is, I was just kind of praying to God and just saying, mate, you need to help me out. And just as I was there, I just don't know, I just had this picture of like actually Jesus just kind of standing on this hill that overlooks Eastern Beach, just kind of calling to people to come home, because we know that that's his heart for people, and that's what I saw, and that's literally what I said to Charles. Here it is. And then
it happened, really.
Like an hour later we had a song. And I think the significant thing about it too is, like, again, a year later. So here's the cool part, crazy part as well, is like, so we didn't end up using it for the other project, right? Fast forward a year, like literally a week before lockdown, I'm having a conversation with another church leader about this actual song, and I was telling him about Ko Ihu, and then he said to me, you know, sometimes God gives us songs or ideas in a moment that is meant for another moment. And I was just like, oh yeah, cool. Kind of just like,
thank you.
Yeah. A week later, lockdown happened and the whole country shut down. I was just sitting at home, just thinking about the song, and I can't even remember why I was thinking about it. And then I just started looking at the lyrics. Can you?
Oh yeah, and the lyrics are? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The chorus is Ko Ko Ihu, Ko Ihu Tōku Taunga, my hope. Tōku rongo, my peace. Tōku kaha, my strength. Tōku ruruhau, my refuge. Tōku taunga. And that's, taunga has got so many words attached to it, but leading to the, I don't know, the idea, the understanding of peace, being settled in a place, finding a resting place, and not just like a rest in peace resting place. Even in the storm, you know, there's
Anchorage.
Kia ora. Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
The vocabulary's grown.
Just going through those words, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that song is totally for now. And I know there's like a lot going on in the world right now, but I just felt like at that time, which was the beginning of lockdown, that this is a song that our country needed to hear. A friend of mine took his own life in the time of lockdown, and I know that a whole bunch of, you know, I heard stories of other people that have taken their lives as well, just under the pressure of being alone, and just, you know, the amount of people that have struggled in this time. I was just like, oh, there are people that need to hear this song. And, you know, whether you have a faith or not, or I don't know, whatever your story is or whatever your journey is, we believe, the House of Misfits believe, that the song speaks to you and where you're at. And I hope when you hear it that you find peace, that you find hope, that you find peace in the middle of the storm. So, yeah, kia ora.
Kia ora.